What's up, everybody? Welcome back to SSPN. You know we got the Spurs gear on today. It's your boy Jude. It's your boy. I keep trying to. I can't even do this way. That's Ethan. That's Ethan. And today we're gonna talk about, can the Spurs sign Zach LaVine? So you may have seen our video on should the Spurs sign DeAndre Ayton. This is a little different because I think, obviously, like if the Spurs could get a player like Zach LaVine who has a relationship with DeJounte Murray, and also he can shoot the ball and can play off ball, even though we know he can bring the ball up the floor if we need him to, he is definitely a 3-point threat. That's somebody that I think for sure the Spurs would want to sign, but the fact is, can they? Because the Spurs are going to probably be competing with the Los Angeles Lakers, as well as some other teams that need another star to try to get to that championship potential. And they'll be a little bit closer than the Spurs are right now, if that makes sense. So there is the appeal of DeJounte and a young roster, like we kind of mentioned in that DeAndre Ayton video with guys like Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, and Josh Primo. But at the end, whoever we end up picking this year. But at the same time, there are a lot of other teams that might be a little bit closer to that championship potential, which Zach is looking for.
He definitely wants to be a Laker, Jude. I think that is for certain.
Quote today on Twitter, I grew up being a Lakers fan.
The question is, it's not the question if the Lakers can pull it off, because they would pull it off. It's, do other teams want that to happen? Because I believe the only way it would work is if Chicago agreed to a sign and trade, because they would have to dump Russell's contract, they would have to dump Taylor Horton Tucker, and also one other person. I think it was Kendrick Nunn, and then also do a sign and trade to get Zach LaVine.
I don't think the Bulls want Russell Westbrook.
I don't think they do either. But Zach LaVine, I don't think wants to be in Chicago. So it's that same question: do they want to let him walk for nothing to, say, San Antonio or any other team in the NBA? I've read stories and even saw LeVar Ball's clip on a podcast. I don't know where it was, saying that Zach LaVine doesn't want to be in Chicago because he's no longer the man. And he doesn't like playing with a ball stopper. And DeMar DeRozan, all the talk was about DeMar DeRozan being the MVP early on in the season. And it was about him at the end of games, not Zach LaVine like it was the year prior. So I think he's definitely out of Chicago. It's just the question is, will Chicago want to work with LA to make that happen? If they don't, I think San Antonio is a viable option for him because, like you said, relationship with DeJounte Murray, and he would be the number one scoring option. DeJounte doesn't need to be the number one scoring option. He's a very unselfish
He'll
star
go
player.
facilitate and play defense, baby.
Exactly. He's basically a better Lonzo Ball. When he played next to Lonzo, it worked for that short period of time before Lonzo got hurt. So DeJounte's just a Lonzo Ball that actually can create his own shot and hit a mid-range jumper. And there's not a ball stopper on our team. Devin Vassell moves well without the ball, can knock down threes. Doug McDermott, Keldon Johnson, same thing. So he wouldn't have to worry about that. And Popovich, he's one of those coaches that everybody wants to play for. So I see it happening as long as Chicago and LA don't manage to make that sign and trade work, which I don't think is as likely as ESPN and other media groups are making it out to be.
I agree with that. I don't think it's as likely with Los Angeles, honestly, and I don't think that necessarily the Spurs are like the front runner behind Los Angeles either. But one of the things that I was thinking about when you were talking is I think the Spurs could definitely offer a better sign and trade package than the Lakers.
Yeah.
But there's probably some other teams out there that could offer an even better package than the Spurs. So I think that's probably, I feel like, where this is going to end up going, because I don't think the Bulls, well, we just saw the move that they were involved with the Spurs last year. So that kind of is interesting because there is some chemistry there with the DeMar trade last year. But also at the same time, it's just that they also have experience in getting the best deal, you know? So they're going to look in that sign and trade market. And I think that's going to be a bigger factor in the Zach LaVine signing than people think. Because I don't think they're just going to want to let him go without getting anything. Because I think they can get something out of a sign and trade. They can find one in the league.
You're definitely right. I didn't even think about this. From Chicago's perspective, they went all in to win now.
Yep.
They went and traded for Vucevic. They signed Lonzo Ball, traded for DeMar DeRozan. They had Zach LaVine. So they're ready to win. So if they're going to let Zach LaVine go, I know Russell Westbrook isn't like the fix because they already have Lonzo Ball as well. But they would like a star or a low level
Some
star in
pieces.
return. Yeah, something, some depth, maybe a better four because Patrick Williams is still
An
pretty
above
young.
average, maybe role player, 6-man type, even too. Like a
Because they do
Spencer
still have
Dinwiddie or something, you know?
that's a good. Mavericks would be a great fit because they need somebody next to Luca that can kind of create his own
I
shot.
didn't even think of that. Oh, Lord, what did I just do? Zach LaVine's going to another team in our division.
That would be that backcourt would be explosive.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna happen now, Ethan. We just manifested it. We're bad
But
juju.
that also goes against what Zach LaVine was saying. He or
No,
allegedly
that's true. Yeah,
he wants to be the number one scoring option.
that is true, and that's not gonna happen with Luca. He would be able to play his game way more in San Antonio. But there also might be some other places across the league where that could be the case too. You know, so we just gotta watch and see how this plays out. I think that there is still a percentage chance, though, Ethan, that the Spurs can get Zach LaVine. I think they're going to be in the mix. So I'm going to say yes, they can. Will they is another question, but I'm going to say yes, they can. But it's gonna be tough. We're going to have to watch.
I agree.
Any other final parting thoughts for the people, Ethan?
Go Spurs, go baby.
Let's not relocate to Seattle if this happens. That's my final
Oh,
thought.
that'd be
It's not gonna happen because we're building in Northwest San Antonio, but had to throw that in there with the boys. It's gonna be great. We're gonna get Zach LaVine. Paolo Banchero is gonna fall to 9, and we're gonna be the San Antonio Seattle Spurs.
There we go. I'm with it.
Championship guaranteed. We'll see y'all later.